that I do know. Tell us all why you want to be the chief of police.
Who else is there that can do what I can do? What do we need? Another pencil pusher? Another paper pushing pussy that ain't gonna fucking do anything? Look, there's only one choice, and it's me. I will dominate, and I will rule. I will lead, and then I will pillage and take for the state. I am a god!
Oh.
Is that it, or?
Well, I mean, look, I think that so long we've just had the same person, basically, just a different outside appearance. They all take the same approach. They you know what I mean? They look at the walls of the box, and they don't even think to put their hand on it. They go, that's the line right there. I'm not putting my hand on that. I can't. And then they just end up doing the same thing that the last failure before them did, because that's what they've all been. Failures. Every single one of them. A failure. They haven't succeeded in anything. I know how to fix everything. I've seen everything. My experience, no one even comes close. Now, granted, the one thing that I do lack is an understanding of the current people that are over there, but that's something I can fix in a couple days of just like learning, who's around, who's currently there now? Who do I have to work with? And then how do I get the people I need? Complete and total restructure and reformation. Complete overhaul. Bringing back all the old departments and revitalizing them. All right, making sure that things are actually getting done. I'm bringing back ticket quotas. Listen, it's not that, Mayor, I don't know if it's that if I want it as bad as I really want it, but I think I need it. I think it needs me just as much. I know it does. It yearns for me. It says, Kyle, Pred, we need you to ascend the mantle and fix the fuck up of all these goddamn kiss asses. And that's exactly what I'll do. You can't have a fake leader when you need a real one. Danny, thanks for 76 months.
A lot's changed at the LSPD, Pred. A lot of the officers with personality, let's say, like Carmine, right? They're no longer with the LSPD. Bobby's gone. Alana's gone. And these officers were really important for morale within the LSPD, right? So how do you, Kyle Pred, give the LSPD identity? How do you give them a personality?
Well, I'm hiring those people for sure. Bobby, Carmine, Alana. They're getting hired.
Alana, Pred, Alana. We talk about the same Alana.
Yeah. I give her a job, but she still got to finish her, academy and stuff. Plus, Carmine, if I give you a job, we got to get you your write-offs. You got to make sure you
My
still know what you're doing.
opinion will not be swayed by any benefits I may get from it. I want you guys. I'm impartial, guys. Okay, I just want to point that out.
Bobby will be back. Bobby will actually come on duty. I'll make it mandatory for him.
What are you gonna do? Steal his girlfriend?
No, I'm just gonna make fun of him for being poor.
He got credit debt right now. Credit card debt. He's been telling everybody about it.
Yeah, I'm going to make fun of him for having credit card debt. Here's the thing, right? I'm going to do what I do. Everything always works out for me. All my opposition is gone, and I have support. I have support from you. I have support from Junior. I have the support of the DOJ. My enemies are just ants and mean nothing. It's Kyle Pred season. Kyle Pred ascends the mantle and has no one to contest him. But I would be working pretty vigilant with you, especially in the beginning, because I think you have good ideas there, Mayor.
I appreciate that, Pred. I appreciate that. I mean, candidly, for everyone in the room here that doesn't know this, you and I, we effectively went to war together when you were mayor.
Oh, yeah, nonstop. That's what it was. It was a nonstop battle royale.
Yeah, yeah. And I kind of wanted to say this at the beginning, but you and I, we had a meeting not too long ago. Well, it was probably a few months anyways. You came in and met with Nino and I. We were on an island. And you said, Michael, I'm glad you're here. And I have to say, after everything, I'm glad you're here too, Pred, because I think personality and identity is a big part of the problem with the LSPD. And people can accuse you of a lot, right? They can accuse you of a lot of things, but not of not having a personality. Of that, you have in spades.
Oh, yeah.
To the floor. There's a lot of people here that I'm sure have a lot of questions. I have more, but I want to give everyone a chance here. So please.
I'm here as long as you need me to be for the whole questioning. So ask away. Even ask the things that you think will make me uncomfortable. Because I'm going to answer them honestly.
Please, I got one. But it is no secret that you're a very polarizing figure. There's people that like you, and then there's even more people that despise you. What are you gonna do when you're the chief and all the people that think of you as a problematic, antagonizing figure? What are you gonna do when they all decide to leave the department?
Well, that sounds like the issue fixes itself. If they don't listen, I'm not trying to convince anybody to believe in me, right? If they're just going to say, oh, Kyle Pred's chief of police, I'm leaving, I'm gone, good riddance. Fuck them. All right? There's nothing. I'm not going to be spending days and weeks trying to win over the support of people that don't give a shit about me, right? That if they're not going to give me a chance, why should I give them a chance and give them any effort? If someone comes up to me and says, I don't believe in you and I'm unhappy you're chief of police, I'll just fire him right on the spot. I don't got time for their shit. I'm not trying to fucking convince them of anything. I owe them nothing. They're the ones that owe me, because I'll be the ones calling the shots. And if they think they can fucking talk to me like that, they got the wrong fucking guy!
That's the answer I expected.
Hartman, thanks for the 37 months.
Does that answer your question, Carmine? Or
Oh yeah, he answered pretty directly, straight to the point.
I'm not gonna cookie cut. Listen, Mayor, let me tell you something. I'm not ever gonna cookie cut with you, especially early on in our relationship. All right, I'm always gonna tell you what I think and what I think we should do. All right, and a lot of times I'll keep you in the loop, but I'll still be doing things. All right. The thing is, I'm gonna keep you in the loop. So if I'm doing something that you don't like, you come to me about it immediately, and the conversation happens then and there. I tell you why I'm doing something. You tell me why you don't like it. We either try to find a middle ground or we fix it.
What are you gonna do about the homeless problem in Los Santos County? What are you gonna do about all the homeless people?
Hey, asshole!
Ass homeless
Hey,
people
fuck you! You're the reason I'm in here.
Hey, get your homeless ass the fuck away from me, you bum!
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah,
Get out of here! Get out of here!
That guy stabbed me at this food court before I got here.
All right. Look,
I hate the homeless.
The homeless people? Look, I hate the homeless. All right? The homeless, they ain't going to be... I'm going to make sure that we're going around and we're roughing them up. All right, we're going to go... We're going to go around and we're going to say, hey, you need to go get a job somewhere. Because we're curing the homelessness disease.
What are you gonna do about the homeless camp outside MRPD?
I'm tearing it down day one.
What about the awkward encounters with all the people you fire that are gonna be there?
I'm tearing it down and I'm sending them to hell. Hey, Edgar.
Tell me about how Princess betrayed you.
Princess.
Well, that's a good question. Yeah.
Hi, Carmine.
I built her up only
Hey,
for her to
fairy
betray me
goddaughter.
in the end. Taught me a valuable lesson. Her and that stupid fucking clown. I'm only lifting up the people that are loyal.
Kyle, the chief of police position is an inherently political one, right?
Yeah.
You have a specific PR nightmare awaiting you if you win that role, right? So
Fuck it.
specifically, let's talk about it, right? You underwent months of court cases against the DOJ where you got paid out millions of dollars. Then you kind of used some legal chicanery to ultimately gain possession of a jetpack worth millions upon
I did
millions
do
of
that.
dollars. You did all this, and now you're currently serving time for shooting a bunch of fucking cops.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh,
then
God.
tomorrow you could be chief of police. The PR around that's going to be a nightmare. How are you going to deal with that, Kyle?
Listen, I'm going to say it this simple. All right? Those motherfuckers came at me. All right? Honestly, Rupert to my dick. All right? That guy came up to my fucking truck. I was in my grime van. He came up to me and he said, "You're a terrible sheriff. You're a horrible." He said all this fucked up shit to me. So I just got out and I smoked him. All right? And then survival mode kicked in. All right? Look, all that stuff, it happened. And even though I don't think I should have been charged with it due to the fact that it took them 5 months! 5 months to press these fucking charges. All right? I'm never going to deny it. I've done tons of horrible things. I was a general of a foreign nation's army. I did 30 years in here. You know? And I'm bringing Coyote back.
What was that? I missed that
I'm
last
bringing
part.
Coyote back.
Oh, okay.
The LSPD is going to need him.
I got a question. What do
Yeah.
you think of failed politicians, losers who couldn't make the cut of being mayor, and also murderers who
Bobby
admitted
Charles?
they're murdering? What do you think of people like that? What do you think about? And they probably wear eye patch and they're losers, and they always say "adios mios" for no reason. What do you think about people like
That's a
that?
good
First
question.
off, let me tell you something. Edgar is one of the few people in this town, Carmine, that has actually always been respectful for me and on Team Pred. So you watch your fucking mouth when you're talking
Tell
to
that
him
bitch.
like that.
Tell him.
All right? You
Fuck
watch
you,
your
you
fucking
bald fuck.
mouth, Carmine.
Right where you belong, Anchor.
I'm not gonna say this is not my moment. Okay, I'm gonna keep quiet here.
I got a question for you, Pred. I'm a
Yeah.
fan of your book.
Which one?
Oh, If I Done It is probably my favourite.
If I did it.
Now
It was If I Did It.
Yeah. So we got a issue at the moment that there isn't a lot of EMS coming on duty.
Mm.
So without them being your rival, who is going to be the villain in your story?
I guess you're right. That's another issue that needs taken care of, isn't it? The EMS. Nothing makes those motherfuckers happy.
EMS my D.
Nothing makes them happy.
On God.
Who's going to be the villain to my story? I guess the best part about that part of the story there, Mr. Doc, is that it hasn't been written yet, and we'll only see who becomes the villain.
Pred, I
Heed
have
the
some-
words. Heed the words.
some questions from the sheriff of the BCSO, Arnold Frost. He sent them over to me earlier. He said, sorry, he couldn't make it. But first question, communication between departments, and this is verbatim, I'm reading it, okay? Communication between departments and shifts, specifically on investigations, is dog shit at the moment between the LSPD and BCSO. To the point where we're investigating the same thing and getting to the same conclusions, but we're doing twice the amount of work. we
Yeah,
should.
that's... So can I stop you there before we continue?
Of course you can. Please.
That's because the people that are running the investigative units are dog shit. All right, they're all about...
Damn.
They're all about building up a wall and pigeonholing every goddamn thing that comes their fucking way. All right, they think they're more holier than thou, and they don't share information. All right, and they're not willing to work with anybody because they believe it's their case when it's really the department's case, when it's really the division's case. All right, they don't know. Here's the thing. You got to understand. I've seen it a million times with these detective units. They all do the same shit. You know why? Because they don't have someone breathing down their neck. And then when they do these fuck-ups, they're not being removed. All right, if you're a detective and you're withholding any information about a case from me or from whoever the fucking commander or leader is of the detective unit, okay? Guess what? You're done. You're out. There ain't no suspension. You're removed from CID and then you're suspended from duty. All right, because what you're doing is fucking everything up. All right, see, this is the problem with these detective units. All right, they have to work together. They need to work together. And you got to get these solo investigators out. All right, there's nothing wrong with working a case alone as long as people are aware that you're fucking doing it. What these motherfuckers do is they don't share any of the information. And then they do a dog shit job on it because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Take me, for example. In 1 week, I got more results than anyone else in this entire city. I know what I'm doing, and I was lone wolfing that shit. But you best believe I made sure that my fucking boss at the time was aware of every fucking thing I was doing. That's the way it has to be.
About detective work, just to get a feel of what kind of cop you are, Brett. So this week I had a court case, right?
Yeah.
And it was accused that the people who were submitting the search warrants that were under contest were basically just MDT data mining. They weren't talking to the involved officers.
That is
talking
awful.
to the people on scene. Yeah, they were just grabbing evidence and then submitting search warrants.
Can I stop you there because I feel like I can answer the whole question that you're going to ask, right?
Please do.
All right, listen. I do not understand in what realm any detective doesn't sit down with the person that's accused. All right, there's no that is the thing that's going to be the biggest breakthrough on any case you work is sitting down with the motherfucker who's being accused after you've gotten the information. Any cop that is skipping out on interrogations, all right, if they haven't had if their probable cause is so, right, is really just not doing their job. And they shouldn't be doing the job. You can't not question a suspect. If you're not questioning suspects, you're a fucking idiot and you're not a cop.
Does that answer your question, Grayson?
It does.
Pred, piggybacking on the first question from Sheriff Frost, he finished it up by saying, "Is open and transparent communication between departments something you're willing to help us improve?" And I think you've
100%.
The next question he tacked on is, "Do you believe in unified accountability for the betterment of the PD as a whole?"
I believe in unified accountability, but only from members of high command. It doesn't work when you have, like, sergeants have to report it to the high command people, right? And then it's handled that way. Like, either through, like, a tribunal or some type of, like, investigation that gets handed off or created. There's so much you can do with it. And, so much that needs to be done with it.
Yeah. Okay, one final question here from the sheriff. It's a two-part question. He says, "Are you a pussy with no teeth? And if no, are you going to empower the department to have teeth and not be scared of criminals crying?"
That's all I've ever done, baby. That's all I've ever done.
Wait, that was a trick question, Pred. Well, you're still a pussy. You just got teeth now.
Carmine, demoted.
He's not even hired.
Again, to the floor. Any questions from the floor?
Come on, flood them. Flood them.
Fred,
Go ahead, Doc.
what's your feelings about the UPD?
I mean, depends. When you say UPD, do you mean UPD with a commissioner over top, or do you mean UPD where it's the chief and the sheriff?
Where it's the chief and the sheriff.
I like that.
You got to.
Hey, Bab.
Okay. Do you feel you always have to be going along the same line of thoughts?
No.
Fuck him.
You don't want the departments to be the same. The LSPD and the BCSO got to be completely different, but similar in some ways. All right, the fucking LSPD ain't going to be like the BCSO because the LSPD is the backbone of this entire city. If the LSPD's failing, everything's failing. They are the pivotal piece of infrastructure that keeps everything afloat. The BCSO has a little bit more freedom, but the LSPD needs to be strong.
Ándale, güey. Tell them, amigo.
I got one.
Go ahead, Hugh.
Hey, I'm Hugh, new lawyer. Most of my cases since I've been here have been rights violations, okay? The issue is criminals feel like police never hold any accountability or take any. How would you adjust that and show that they're at least taking accountability? Because at this point, whether it's a civilian that I've dealt with or
What's up, Will?
a criminal, and their rights have been violated.
I can answer that right now for you.
All right, go ahead.
The problem is that this current PD, is governed by a bunch of people that are very selective in who they enforce stuff on, right? They'll let a bunch of other people get away with something, but someone like Carmine lets someone drive a car. That's crossing the line. All right. The problem is that they're so fucking stupid and dense. All right, that they don't understand that the rights violation is way worse than letting someone drive your fucking car. All right, the guy taking a sledgehammer and breaking down a wall is a lot less important than the person who's going around town fucking everybody up, violating their rights. And if they don't understand that, then they're not going to be in command over at my Los Santos Police Department.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they're stupid enough to get caught.
Vixen, thanks for the 32
Fred,
months.
You become chief of police, okay? What are your top 3 priorities that you implement right away?
Okay, so day one is making everybody aware, feeling people out, talking to them, right? I got to figure out who I'm with because I don't have the inside information someone like other people have, right? That means I got to pull people aside, you know? I got to find out who's loyal, who's not loyal, who's on the fence. And then I got to see what pieces I got at play here. All right. For the sake of the PD being uniform those first few days, I'm probably not going to adjust any of the ranks. I'm probably going to come in, operate as you do normally, while I kind of see how they do things. Dig through reports, pull people aside, talk to them about shit, talk to who's in charge of units, stuff like that. And then probably the second or third day is when I start making moves. And my moves that I make really depend on what I find out. You know, I think I'm going to, the ranking system at that point, all of them will be officers. I'll start talking to people, doing interviews and stuff like that, pulling people up that I think need to be pulled up. All right, building my team, because if I don't have a strong team around me, we're going to fail. That's the issue. It's always these fucking people at the top. Like, listen, I'm going to say it. All right? What the fuck do Raddick and Maxwell even do? Nothing. All right, get rid of them. What the fuck does that one guy that talks about clocks all the time do? Nothing. Get rid of them. All these people are a waste of fucking space. And that's why nothing gets done. Because they're all fucking waste.
Fred, I don't know if you know this. You likely don't. I recently, 10 days ago now, relieved Wyatt Turner as chief of police, and now Ruby York as interim chief of police. And she started to make some personnel changes. So, number one, how do you deal with the potential backlash from officers when they see even more structural changes to the PD? And as a follow-up to that, you mentioned surrounding yourself with strong people, and that's really important, right? Who's your number 2? Who do you pick as your ass chief?
That is a very hard question for me to answer because I don't know who's available. I mean, I'm going to go to Matt Rhodes first. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the... shut the fuck up, Carmine!
Oh, sorry.
Go get that fucking plague taken care of.
I'm gonna go to Matt Rhodes first and scoop him up and say, hey, look, get in the car, bitch. We're doing it again. All right, because he was an important and pivotal piece to my success to the department's success. I think I can fix roads and get them back on track. But then,
Dork's a free agent.
if it's not dark, honestly, Dark
Dark's that
wouldn't be a bad
BCSO.
choice. I need somebody that I'm familiar with in my ass chief role. You know what I mean? I can't just pick up some random cop, make him my ass chief. I need someone like probably roads are dark. And once I talk to more people, figure stuff out. I probably won't have one picked for a couple days though, because I got to learn the department and figure out how they do things, what the SOPs are, you know, how they handle calls, if they got units going around, are people writing tickets, are people doing their jobs? You know, I'm gonna have to figure out, and then I'm gonna have to run by you how, hey, here's my vision, ticket quotas. And then if we got enough money, maybe if there's, you know, if they do a little, if for every ticket they write, maybe we give them $500, incentivize them in some way to fucking do tickets. And if they hit their quota, they get a bonus or something like that. I think that we need to bring back what policing was. We need to make the people. We need to make the people understand that the police are there, and you can't just do whatever you want anymore.
More questions from the audience, please.
I have a
ahead,
question. So you've answered all the human aspects you're going to try and change and fix to make the police more effective. What about the tools a police department has, and in comparison to like what the average criminal has now? Most police cars and tools officers have cannot and usually find it very hard to compete against the average criminal vehicle. How you gonna take a more aggressive police stance when your cars can't keep up?
I mean, it's either you dump money into making the cars better, right? You dump time into training drivers, or you dump time and money into expanding a pursuit unit. You know, it's I mean, I don't know enough to say what type of vehicles we need right now. I have no inside information. So I wouldn't be able to weigh in on that right now without seeing it. That's why my first few days really are just me seeing what the pieces are that I'm working with and how I fix them and talking to people. And then once I got a plan, you know, once I talk to whoever, you know, the powers that be, seeing, you know, what exactly, you know, what's going on, then I move forward. That's simple.
Can I hit you with a hypothetical?
Of course.
Okay, so you're at work every single day. You're getting smoked by a couple of gangs. Let's say Hydra and the Besties are just smoking PD out every single day. It's getting laid out. You've come to the conclusion that your guns just aren't it. And then the marshals are and they tell you they know that they've got an in with a weapons contractor, and they can ship weapons of mass destruction into the state just for you, for the LSPD to use on these streets against these bad guys who are smoking you daily. And they're like, all we need to do is look, we're going to give these people badges. We're gonna deputize them. We're gonna roll in the tanks. We're gonna have a mass convoy through the streets of Los
Maddie
Santos
thinks it's
City,
65 months.
and we're just gonna sneak these guns into MRPD. What do you do, Mr.
Oh,
Pred?
it all sounds illegal. As much as I would like WMDs, you know, that all sounds pretty illegal to me, if I'm being honest. Yeah. It sounds like I'd be not doing my job as the chief of police to make sure that things are done legally.
Good answer.
Yeah, good answer.
Well, I actually understand the law.
So what
That
do you
actually
think, Bryson?
happened.
Does that answer your question? Or
It does answer my question. Yeah.
yeah,
Come on, keep them coming.
yeah.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Normie. Go ahead.
Okay. If you were the chief of police, what's your policy on officers in relationships with gangbangers?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm not having that shit. Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
not having that shit at all.
It's Good answer.
I don't think it works. I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can be staying in the same house where you keep your police equipment and you're living with some fucking gang member felon.
Fred, you talked about accountability, discipline. You know, people fuck up, you got to cut them loose, but you also need to build people up, right?
100%.
How do you create a culture in the LSPD that does hold people accountable, but also helps them learn from their mistakes or the mistakes of their peers? How do you do that?
I mean, most mistakes are kind of just like, all right, look, most of the mistakes that people make are simple fixes, right? Not many people are going out repeatedly violating people's rights and conducting illegal activity. Most of the time, something as easy as a suspension and a sit down can correct someone's behavior. Like, hey, you're going off duty for the rest of the shift. You know, you have to work with them, because I've seen it too many times with like this current LSPD. Like when Forte got fired, it blew my mind because I did that investigation. He didn't even do anything. Right. And then I'm hearing about that blonde-haired cop doing something and getting fired. It's just these people don't really they don't understand the people that are in charge of the PD are play school cops. You know what I mean? They just they focus on all the wrong shit, and they're like it sounds like that one guy who just got fired because he pissed some group off. And, you know, like, that ain't how shit's going to be for me at all. Like, most behavior can be taken care of, or, hey, you're going to court. You better fucking, if you don't win this, you're going to be in some serious fucking trouble. You probably might even be fired, depending on the severity of what the case, you know, what you get found guilty for. You know, sometimes there won't be immediate punishment. You know?
I got a quick question.
For president. I see you on the outside, amigo.
Hey, see you on the outside, guys. Have a good time.
Oh, God.
You seem pretty knowledgeable. Do you know what the FOIA Act is?
Freedom of Information Act, yeah.
All right.
I had numerous problems with it.
Yeah. Okay. As long
is
as
it
you know
still
what
a
it is.
problem with lawyers getting their
we
reports?
should have fixed that.
Yeah, it still is.
Does it still need fixing, or is LSPD still not handing stuff over in an ample manner?
Correct.
I'll be hiring.
But that's why I asked if you knew about it.
First thing I'll do is I'll be hiring people, and it'll be their job to get in contact with those officers, make sure they're doing it. If the officers don't get it taken care of, I'm going to shorten the time frame to 48 hours. If they don't have it taken care of in 48 fucking hours, they're going to be punished. I couldn't tell you what the punishment's going to be.
Right. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Could be something. Could be as something as severe as a demotion or a suspension. Could be something as, simple as desk duty. Going through all their reports, auditing them. Stuff like that. Because if they can't stay on top of one thing, how the fuck are they going to stay on top of other shit?
All right, I have two more questions. Go ahead, Grace.
For the 4 months.
We've had some candidates who've spoken about the ADMC case, right? The case that's kind of brushed up a few times here. It's a $55.7 million civil case.
Let Ava get out. Let Ava get out. Let Ava get out.
Sorry, Ava. Filed against the LSPD, right? People have had some real strong opinions about.
I don't know anything about the case. I'll be honest with you. I don't know anything about it.
So what would your steps be? What would you do? You're facing a $55.7 million lawsuit. Walking it.
$56
$56-ish, yeah.
All right. So first off, what I do is if I don't have an internal affairs, group, I task people with investigating the stuff that occurred, talking to all the officers, right? All right. Finding out exactly what's going on. Maybe I talk to a justice or two that ain't involved and say, hey, how realistic is it that we end up paying out this entire sum, right? Where does this really impact on the severity scale? Like, I need to know, right, how fucking locked into this shit I got to get. So I'm having it investigated. I'm keeping a mindful eye over it. I'm making sure everything's done. Maybe even a situation like that, the biggest thing I got to do is I got to have not only a unit watching it might not be right if I have a unit watching these people that are suing me for $56 million, right? Because that would not look good in the public eye. But I got to find out. I got to talk to the officers and squeeze all the information out of them. and just see exactly what it is, because if it's looking like I'm going to lose a case and honestly I have to pay $56 million, I'm going to try and get them in a room and get them to settle out as little as possible. All right, I'm going to be like, hey, how about we settle out $5 million instead? All right, I mean, I don't know. It really, there's a lot of, I'm just kind of spitballing here, right? Because I would be willing to settle out, but if it's something that I should be fighting, I'm going to fight that too. It's I mean, I don't know the
Is
details.
somebody falling asleep? Is somebody fucking snoring in here? Christ!
Stormy, just chill, please.
Thank you, Junior. Thank you.
One man Wolfpack, I do appreciate the 4 months.
Oh, I was so close to shooting him.
Could you hear that, Fred? Could you hear that?
Yeah, I could. I just ignored it.
I was ready to put my
Why no one
through the wall.
Why did no one say nothing? It's 5 minutes. I was in tears.
It's been going on for almost 15 and nobody else wanted to say anything.
Last time. Swear to God.
Yo, the rage is coming
I'm
out.
cracking. I'm cracking.
Oh my
Yeah.
The
god.
man orders me, I can do it. That's legal.
I got a question. It's completely off topic. It's actually revisiting your command structure thing. Are you gonna fill your command structure with yes men like myself, hog riders, or are you gonna have contrarians like people that
Did he
maybe
literally just call himself your hog rider?
I am a hog rider. Okay, this might take it to the top. But what contrarian do you think that doesn't like fully believe in you that you're gonna give a chance to, just so you can hear a differing opinion?
I do believe you need an outlier in your team.
Bones, no boss. Bones, no boss.
I fucking hate Bones. He's useless. He's a useless fuck. All right, he's a terrible cop. He's a terrible leader. He's a definition
answer.
of a pussy.
Yep.
I don't know who I'd pick, but I'd pick. I definitely do need someone that ain't gonna agree with everything I do. If I don't have, I mean, Rhodes has always been my foil. You know what I mean? Like Rhodes will always tell me when he doesn't agree with something, but he'll still support me and he'll help me out with stuff. I mean, I would imagine Dark would really fill that position. And be honest, Dark fucking hates my guts. No one's done more investigations into me than Richard Dark.
Well, he hates me too. Yeah.
Me too.
I mean, it's hard for me to answer questions
Me
on
too.
who I'm going to get because I don't know who's available. But I do know that I'm going to need certain people. I'm going to try and get them. And then if I can't get them, then I got to find alternatives, which might take me a little longer time. I mean, I'm not going to rush everything, but I'm going to try and have things up and running in a couple of days and then building on top of that.
Does that answer your
Because
question?
I
Carmine?
am God.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
What if the difference between the LSPD and BCSO is BCSO? It's a big department, but if you were to like completely revamp and try and build it from the bottom up, it wouldn't be too hard. You'd have the city would have the LSPD to lean on, right? You can't do that with the LSPD. What if your vision causes the department to thin out so much that it affects
won't.
the level of policing on the? It won't.
It won't. There's no way that that many people would have that big of an issue, especially when something's coming in and good changes are being made. If they do, then I guess it's got to start hiring.
All right.
I thought it was only me.
2 more questions for me, Pret. First one, at the end of the day, law enforcement's a public service. I think you know that. But the reputation of law enforcement in general across San Andreas is I would say, at an all-time low. How do you help bring back public trust to the LSPD and ensure that there is transparency to the public from the LSPD?
I'm going to be meeting with the public. I'm going to be doing, we used to do back in the day, we used to have a journalist room. We used to have like a booth and everything where we would talk and we'd be able to give, news on the public of what's going on, right? I'm going to be, the chief of police is a public figure. And right now, all these chief of polices do is they don't do anything. I'm going to try and have daily videos going out so that people can, if I got to find a film crew and stuff like that. But I'm going to try and have, journalism where people can approach the chief of police and ask the hard-hitting questions. Because the chief very much is it's a political role to a degree, right? In our city, it's kind of both. It's not only are you boots on the ground kicking ass, kicking down doors and swinging sledgehammers around like a madman, putting people on their back and pitting people at 120, all right? But there's also an elegance and a role of politician that's missing. And, that's when I have to put on my suit, put on my hat, stand in front of at my podium with my people around me dressed in their attire, and the public can come ask questions. I'll be shooting to do at least one big thing a week where the public can talk to the police chief. Maybe a talk show or something, or who knows, or just
Could do something for the newspaper as well.
Yeah, I want to do something for the newspaper. I want there to be journalists writing stories on stuff that the LSPD is doing, interviews with the officers, interviews with me. I want there to be, televised, messages from the LSPD to the public. All that stuff's missing. No one's doing it.
Ask the chief a relationship advice column.
It could be. Who knows what it could be? I don't think that stuff would be hard to get going, but that's one of the big things I want to get going is the political aspect of what a police chief is.
I'm almost something harder.
Yeah, sure.
Shift 3.
Always
Nobody
the
wants to
problem.
deal with Shift 3. It's a fucking island on its own. Everybody's just like, let them do their own thing. Do you have a vision that would encompass Shift 3?
Well, I'm not just saying, hey, you're basically the chief of Shift 3. That doesn't line up with my vision at all, right? They work for me and they do what I want. I mean, I can't say that I'll be around Shift 3 all that much, but I can definitely swing by a couple of their meetings. I don't go to bed till 1 a.m. my time anyway. I mean, I don't believe there should be a police department within the police department due to operating hours. I think that one of the main reasons why Shift 3 is a failure is because of the people that's in charge of it. It's on them. It's their failures the failures of a shift or the failures of a department have to fall on somebody. And if a shift is governing itself in a fucking failure, then who does the fucking failure fall upon? Them. It's not a different world. They want it to be a different world, so they have an excuse to hold the reins and steer the course. The thing is, they're ineffective, they don't give a fuck about anything about themselves, and they're selfish. All right, what they need to do is they need to be a part of the team and build something. And if they can't do that, you replace them with someone that fucking can.
How's that, Grayson?
Answer my question.
Any others from the floor?
Come
All right,
on.
Final question for me.
Okay, go ahead.
Fred. It's a bit farcical and fictional, right? The island of San Andreas is overrun by zombies, but they're those slow-moving, stupid type.
Need a million
What's your
times.
weapon of choice, right? And why is it your weapon of choice?
Well, if this world was infested by zombies, I would have at least been the hero the majority of the time. First off, my weapon of choice? Weak shamblers. I'm using a suppressed AR.
Okay.
I'm
What
not going to
happens
get
when
too
you run out
blu-
of bullets, though?
What happens when I run out of bullets?
Yeah.
I'm going to use something blunt, like a bat or a pipe or a crowbar. Probably a crowbar because a crowbar is a very useful tool and those things do not break. A crowbar is a very powerful tool and a very deadly one.
Any other questions?
You said you'd hire Carmine. Where'd you see him best fitting into a command structure?
I'll probably give Carmine a shot and make him captain.
What do you think about that, Carmine?
Guys, that is not going to sway my opinion on what I say about the candidates. Okay, I'm in this for the good of the city, not myself. I'm not self-centered like that. I'm going to withhold my opinion on that answer too.
Since the LSPD has lost their toilet scrubber with Bobby being gone, would you make him the new toilet scrubber?
Good question.
I'll bring back Bobby, rehire him, and make him the toilet scrubber again.
Pred, any questions for me or my cabinet?
The thing is, I want to know what it is that you want and what you're looking for. Michael, I think that we can work together. And I know that you understand the type of man I am. I am a menace. Am I going to fly off the handle every once in a while? You bet your ass. But am I ever going to do anything to jeopardize our relationship? No. I believe that we have to work together. The only thing that bothers me the most is I don't know how much time I'll have as chief, because I would imagine there'll be someone running a campaign to be mayor based solely on getting me out of office. And that's why I need you to continue to support me, either continuing to be mayor or you need to get a puppet in.
I'll keep that in mind, Fred. I'll keep that in mind.
You know, because, I mean, if I only have a month and a half, I'm not going to, no one could really do a lot. I mean, I could do a decent amount in that month and a half, but I definitely would like to get 6 months at least. But I know I'm going to do such a good job, nobody will want to get rid of me. It'll be the sheriff shit all over again. They'll all love me unconditionally, support me, and all the people who turn their back on me when I stop being sheriff will be trying to fucking grab my coattails and shoestrings again, just like they did, but this time things are going to be different. I'm going to be way more hands-on than I was before. That's one thing that you should know. Before, I was hands-off. I put the right people in, and keep playing it. Before, I was more hands-off. And it wasn't because of laziness. It was because I believe that people need to be, they have to understand that their role's important, and you have to trust them. But this time around, things are going to be different. I'm going to be involved in everything. I'm going to grab this husk, this undead husk, and I'm going to use necromancy to breathe life into this corpse. It will arise, and it will be subservient to me. It will yield results. It won't shamble around doing nothing, laying there dead in the hot sun. It will serve its purpose, and it will work, and it will build. And at first, people will hate it, or they'll want to hate it. But eventually, they'll love it, because I am what is needed. I truly am inevitable. I am the only one, and everyone here knows it. Everyone in here already knows who the only person is that can get it done. None of these people over the last few years have been any different. They're all the same. They're weak. They're pretenders. I'm the real deal. I need a chocolate bar.
Fred, save us! Wow.
Don't worry, little Carmine. I will save you.
I expect $1 million in my bank account by the hour.
Does anyone else have any questions for Mr. Pred?
Blue pill or red pill?
Isn't the red one to go down the rabbit hole and the journey keeps going on? That's the red pill, right?
Red pill is reality. Blue pill is accept the matrix.
Never accept. Always fight.
Damn, nobody wants to mix the colors.
No, I wouldn't want to
Fred,
mix them.
28 minutes.
I'm happy you're here. It's good to
I'm
see
happy you're here, Merritt. You know? You're
we'll
a
talk
hard
soon.
worker.
I appreciate that, Pred. I appreciate that. We're gonna talk soon, okay?
All right, talk to you soon.
You be safe.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice meeting
Have a
you.
great day.
Time for me
I
to
guess
go to
we'll
the
leave
prison
Carmine here
yards.
to hold your pocket.
Bye, Pred.
Carmine is my little bum boy. Hey, how you doing there, Rissa? See you later.
See you around, Kyle. Let's catch up soon, okay?
Yeah, we'll do.
I want you to know something, Fred.
What's that, Carmine?
If I don't get captain, you don't have to guess who the next mayor is, okay?
It's
You
you.
don't have to. It's gonna be me, and I will rip you out of that seat. I will put Bobby in it, and then I will quit, and then Bobby will make me the chief. You understand me? There is no world where you remain the chief and I don't hold the rank. I want you to.
Carmine, I'm gonna lift you up, but we both know you're probably gonna fuck up.
That's why you're there. You're there to catch me. You're there to make me untouchable. That's the whole point. That's what this dynamic is about.
I would be
I'm supposed to be the
protecting-
dumb guy
I
that
would
fucks
be
up,
protecting
and
you.
you save me.
But you'd be needing to put together units, go after people. You know, look. What you need to do, Carmine. Plus, we need to make sure we're getting some good people. I'm gonna be poaching from the BCSO like fucking crazy.
I just want to say I think you're wrong about Haley. I think Haley is gonna be your best friend or your worst nightmare, and the way it's looking, she's probably one of a few people that, if she's on your team, you're gonna be able to rely on. Just want to put that out there.
Hey, look, I do like Haley. I don't know much about her police, and I'll figure it out. I was kind of in the moment, so I know what a fucking useless bunch of fucks, people are. They don't do nothing. Yo, racing stripes.
One
in
thing
my
I'm
undies.
amazed
Thanks
about
for
is the
the sub.
fact that isn't Doc one of the guys who was pushing the charges on you?
Yeah, fuck Doc.
Why didn't he try to fuck you here? He could have fucked you so bad. He could have.
Yeah, it seems
He
like a
could have
nice
brought
guy.
up so much shit. He didn't bring up nothing.
I
None
would've
of
had
these
fun.
people tried to fuck you here. Hell, I was trying to like ask you hardball questions so it didn't seem like we're fucking, God damn, nobody was asking.
We
any,
already
like,
know
hard
who they're gonna
questions.
pick, Carmine.
So you're not paying me my million because you paid all those fuckers $1 million. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't give them anything. I didn't give them any money.
I better get my money, man.
Why would I give you
I'll
any
get
money?
my-
All right, you didn't do any work. The KDA, you didn't do nothing.
What do you mean? I played this thing. I was gonna play this thing.
No,
but I
you're
didn't
a
wanna catch you off
lazy fuck.
guard.
And that's something that you better change. You better stop being such a lazy bitch, Carmine. When I
can't
make you
help it,
captain, you
okay?
better stop being a lazy little fucking bitch. Because you got so much potential. Quit squandering it.
I've been doing 10 hours back to back, but I guess that's not enough for some people.
You're going to be doing 12s.
I'm a part timer.
You're going to be doing
part-timer, I
12s.
guess. Don't
That's
worry,
what
I'll
you're
fix
gonna be
shift
doing.
3. I'll bumble my way into fixing shift 3 with no leadership. I don't even know what I'm gonna do, man. I'm willing to settle for sergeant. I feel captain's a little too much for me to.
See, this is
fight
what
on.
I hate about you, Carmine.
What do you
always
mean?
talk about how you want power, but you never want to fucking seize anything. Haven't
Baby
you ever
steps,
learned
I don't wanna
anything
get
from me?
rocketed. Oh, I don't want to be rocketed all the way to the fucking top and pretend. I don't like pretending. I'm not Fugazi. I am, but I'm. Listen, Dogtown was fun, but I don't know if I can do that with 200 people under me. That's fucking crazy.
Look, Carmine, I'm going to take care of you. But you need to fucking... I need you to be the man you were meant to be, Carmine. Fool weasel. Villain, Carmine.
Who knows? Only time will tell. I will say this, though. I'm still amazed that nobody brought up that you're a felon. Nobody brought up anything
Yeah,
about
I got to get expunged
besties.
when I get out of prison.
Nobody brought up it.
Now, what I was
You
thinking
heard
about doing is
that
get
lady
picked.
was moaning for 15 minutes, and it was driving me fucking crazy.
What I was thinking about doing was getting expunged at my inauguration.
That would be funny. Yeah, would.
When I go to my first
That would be
PD
fun.
meeting, I go there and get expunged.
The felon Brett is dead. Long live Chief Brett.
Yo, re-roll. Thanks for upgrading.
All right,
that
we'll
sub.
see what happens. I will tell you this: an insider secret. Don't tell nobody. I told you this, but
Okay.